Alright guys, we're out here on the farm. I'm going to do a before and after of cutting back the limbs off of the edge of the field. Just do a small field here first. See how this works out. See how long it takes. Give you an idea. So hopefully I'll post this video. It might be one of my first. Okay, let me turn you around here and we'll start. Alrighty, I'm going to show you just how daunting this is doing this, because my tractor's like 8 foot tall, so got to cut things up high enough so it doesn't damage the cab, which I've been pushing my luck. So now I'm trimming up. So here you can see I started over here on this side, took down a bunch of this. You can't even really, it's like kind of like trying to see a hill on a camera. You really can't see it, or the camera really doesn't do it justice. But anyway, here's an example. You can see all the limbs I took off of this, and yet I still got these low hangers here because they're little tiny branches that dip down. So I'll have to come back and get those, but I wanted to show you. I got some down in there I cut already. Just trying to clear it up high enough for the tractor to get in. You know, at least close to the edge. You can see here where I wasn't able to mow, what, 10 up to 25 feet sometimes because of the limbs here, but we're going to drive down to the end of this row and then I'll start and work my way back. This is, I'm using just basically, I got two chainsaws, like an 18 and a 20 inch, and then I got the 16-foot pole saw, which it's probably going to do the majority of this week. Look at the bird there, hawk. He's not even afraid of me. He's like, whatever. I don't know if you can see him very good on the camera there. He's just hanging, looking for field mice or something. This is my water well. See the branch hanging there. Some other stuff. All kind of these dead balls coming in all the time. It's marked with the trees marked with the red paint. That means they're targeted for timber. Hopefully get somebody in here this winter. What that noise you just heard, that was my pole saw falling out of the back. That's one of the hazards of a 16-foot pole saw. And then you get on a hill, can't really see probably, but just kind of like wants to flop out. So let's put that back. I'll get back at you. Alright, so we're just going to walk down here. I'm going to carry the saw. I'll leave the old mule here. Alright. So here we go. We'll walk down here. See, we got some of this stuff like this. This has been annoying me for a while, but cutting these branches, this little pole saw, you can see that's probably a good 12-14 inches in diameter. It's almost as big as the whole tree. These are all, I think, wild cherry trees. They don't actually produce any cherries. As you can see here, old locust posts. I don't know if you can see the barbed wire still in there. This was, the lower part of this was a field, a pasture. This upper was never used for pasture. It was really just crops and hay. So you can see, we'll get to this corner here. That's where we'll start. And I'll try to get back to video this. You can see I trimmed up these. Took out a bunch of trees out of this corner. Still see the barbed wire in there. And get all that cleaned up. Hoping timber company will take some of this. But anyway, see, we got our work cut out for us with the before and after. You can see the mule down there. At least if I have any energy left. I'm about to run down the house, get some water. It's cool, nice cool day. About 63 degrees right now, but it feels like 80 in the sun. All right, see if we can do some cleanup. All right, here we go. So here's me. I don't know if you can see me very well, but let me zoom. It's probably took me every bit of 30 minutes, maybe 45 at the most. Felt like hours. But here's what I did. Here's the old pole saw. I retracted. I had it all the way out. I had to get some of those way up there. And it don't look like much, but it's a lot. And believe me, I didn't use the harness, so it doesn't really do much. But it's definitely a good arm workout. Hated trimming back that walnut tree. It's a nice starter tree, but it's got good walnuts. But I need it trimmed back, or I just beat up my tractor. Anyway, we can take a walk back this way. I did do, in all credit, I did do these little spots here and that tree way over there by the, I don't know, middle of the field. You can't really see it, I guess. Let me zoom. It's that tree there. I trimmed some limbs. But here I got all these along here, covered with sawdust, of course. And I don't know, these pole saws, you pretty much have no choice but to almost drop them on your head if you're on your fully extended and on your tippy toes. So you got to kind of judge. I had one drop and flip and a limb flew up. Fortunately, it was blunt. Hit me in the gut, just below the ribs, but I think I'm fine. Just don't show this to my insurance company. They'd probably be like, cancel. But you can see here, all this stuff, it's going to make mowing along here a lot better. This is probably, I don't know, it's probably only 300 or 400 feet, but it felt like 500 or 600. It went pretty quick though. There's stuff like that, it's really hard to get. It's up a little bit too high, but you know it's going to grow out and be in the way. Same there. But something brushing up against the cab is not a big deal, but something that's literally, solid, like some of those ones I showed you hanging down. I did come across a couple of snakes, which probably about getting near the end of their season. Certain things I don't like to do. When it's warm out, and that's cleaning up debris. You really can't see it. This here was like what farmers called a junk hole. And there's a couple of tractor tires there. You can see an old seed out of something. But all this I'm gonna have to get. There's another tractor tire down over the hill there, past those two. Eventually I'd like to clean all this. Like I said, see, they want to harvest that tree, which, good for them. I'd rather have them harvested and kind of do a little bit of conservation work, get the right trees growing and prune out the others. See this one here, I cut it, but it got stuck there. I got tired of messing with it. It'll fall down. I'm worried about this tree falling on my well, so I definitely want to get them to drop that one down the hill when they're here. See, they take all those. I asked them to take as many as possible. I wouldn't care if they clear cut the whole thing, to be honest. But anyway, here we go. You see, we won't walk all the way back there. Maybe we'll drive. And then you can kind of see I'll restart so the video is not too long once I get in the mule. Boom, here we are.